Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. This morning, the Departmental Linguistic Committee was officially installed. Alice Medina at this time will give us more information on this important installation.
Good evening, Lisa and all the TV viewers. I say hello from here from the Coral Palace because in hours in the morning in the departmental government they made the installation of the Departmental Linguistic Committee. This is a committee that has been designated to preserve our natural language or mother tongue, Creole. We talked to a functionary of the Secretary of Education who was in this installation who told us a little bit more about this project.
It's a committee that was created by Ordinance 003 of 2017 by the Assembly. This committee is very important because it's the entity that has been created to protect, promote, preserve, and also give some sort of stability to what we call the harmonization of our languages here. We know that for a long time, a lot of people have been begging to see more Creole more active in our schools, even in the government. We have also been wanting as racial people to have what we call the language law to be applied here on our island. So this committee is the first step to carry that out.
The contractor also tells us about one of the most important projects of this committee.
One of the big projects that they have to work on and that they will work on is to get our ancestral toponymy, again, toponymy ancestral, the names of our original names of our sectors. So this has been a work that has more than 4 years that we have been trying to put together here through the Secretary of Education, and today was the installation. So it's a big victory for that.
There are approximately 17 members in this committee. In there is the departmental government, the Mayor of all Providence, also the Secretary of Education, the Secretary of Culture, the Secretary of Social Development, and other people. We will continue developing this news and see what this committee will do for our department. This is all the information from here from the Coral Palace. Continue, Lisa, in studio.
Attention community of San Andres, Old Providence and Santa Catalina, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The debate of the reconstruction of the archipelago will take place in the plenary session of the House of Representatives. And Congress Jorge Mendez invites the community to participate.
The idea is that the community can express themselves with requests or protests against the way in which the national government has handled the reconstruction in the archipelago department, especially with regard to new housing. Also, the possible slowness with which Fontoura has been doing the reconstruction of native lodgings. The same, according to the congressman, the non-compliance of the Minister of Transportation regarding the road network in the islands of San Andres.
Sí, en efecto, en el día de mañana se va a llevar a...
Yes, indeed. A plenary session of the House of Representatives will be held, a session exclusively dedicated to the reconstruction of the municipality of Old Providence, Santa Catalina, and San Andres after the passage of Hurricane Iota. It has been convened by the presidency of the chamber and the 3 representatives of the archipelago, and it is extending an invitation to all of the community and citizens of the department who intend to participate virtually or in person, as it has been done in the mixed session of the chamber.
Interested parties must contact the number 316-618-8656.
And the plenary sessions of the Departmental Duma began. Health, reconstruction of Old Providence, and the family basket will be the main topics. Gisela Livingston, what information do you have for us?
Yesterday, the plenary session in the Departmental Assembly began, where the deputies addressed 3 important issues for the benefit of the community. Deputy Nicolás Gallardo spoke about it.
This new period has 3 very important topics that we want to work on and cover. The first is the public health problem in the department. We need to give a fundamental solution to the department, and one of the solutions we are going to take is to carry out a total vaccination in the island of San Andres. This process has already been carried out in Old Providence. We need to improve the conditions and physical spaces of hospital infrastructure.
The deputy also highlighted the need to work in Old Providence and talk about the family basket that is being affected.
We need to know how this reconstruction is going, because yesterday The EDM announced the opening of the hurricane season, and unfortunately we have a chronic situation regarding the reconstruction. It is going to be very slowly and the shelters are not finished. The prices of the family basket have been increasing irrationally the last weeks as a result of the national strikes, where yesterday it was announced that there will be strikes in the national docks, and as a department we depend on the national docks and ports for food.
On the other hand, Deputy Carlos Carvajal spoke about the entry of governmental projects to the departmental Duma.
Waiting for the projects presented by the departmental government, there is talk of an addition which will be understudy by the Assembly, added to the projects presented by the members of the Duma and their proposals.
According to the deputies, this Tuesday the debate could be open to discuss the projects. Teleislas News will be pending of any information regarding this matter.
Pay much attention to the following note. The DEAM sent a series of recommendations for possible rains and thunderstorms in the coming days.
Throughout Communique 039, the Institute of Hydrology, Meteorology, and Environmental Studies recommends to be very attentive during the coming days to 2 tropical waves over the national territory, a situation that will favor the development of precipitation in most regions of the country, including the Caribbean and Orinoco. For this reason, the IDEAM recommends the entity of the National System for Disaster Risk Management to be very attentive to the information issued by the Institute. The community in general is advised not to throw garbage or debris that may obstruct the sewage system, to be attentive to the communiques and information issued by the IDEAM and local authorities, to have a briefcase with a copy of identified documents, to have spare clothing, canned food, water, a whistle, an operated radio, and a flashlight. The IDEAM also specifies that these precipitations might bring with them thunderstorms and strong winds. For this reason, the community is also invited to secure their roofs.
And through his social media platforms, the orthopedic Dr. Ralph Newball gave recommendations to the community of the islands to get vaccinated.
Concerned about the critical situation in the archipelago and in the increase in deaths due to COVID-19, the Rizal Dr. Ralph Newball sent a message to the Rizal people of the department. The islander says that although we know the biosecurity protocols, constant hand washing, mandatory use of masks and social distancing, there is something that works much better, and that is the vaccine.
There's something that is working much better than all of that right now, and it's the vaccine. All our lives we have received vaccines. We have received tetanus, chickenpox, measles, rubiola, yellow fever, TB. All those vaccines we have all received. This is one more vaccine. It is very special in that it was developed quite quickly. The others took years to develop each one of those, but this one was developed quickly, but it has shown how effective it is.
According to Newball, it is important to acknowledge that in these 6 months, many people have been saved thanks to this vaccine.
I would encourage you all, please take the vaccine. One person in Providence dying is almost like 1,000 people in Bogota. The impact on our society, you know, one person out of 5,000, 1,000 out of 5 million in Bogota. It's about, see, you imagine here in the news that even 10 people died in Bogota, how it would impact them. Well, for us, it's about the same, much more. So please avoid having more of our people dying. Please take the vaccine.
The islanders asked the community to consider applying the vaccine as soon as possible. He also commented that his second dose will be applied this Friday and hopes that the entire island population will be able to obtain their doses.
The ICT Ministry delivered 30 judicial points installed throughout the archipelago.
The Ministry of Information Technology and Communication announced the installation of 30 new digital zones in the archipelago, 20 in San Andres and 10 in Old Providence, which seeks to provide connectivity 24 hours a day in different sectors of the island. The portfolio of the ICT, led by the Minister Karen Abudinen, was developed in recent months. The reforestation of communication in the municipality of Old Providence and Santa Catalina, affected by Hurricane Iota, as well as the delivery of 187 equipment for various social programs. 69 tablets, 53 PCs, 59 telephones, and 6 modems. as tools of progress of the inhabitants of the archipelago. The ministry also committed that by the end of May, the inhabitants of San Andres and Old Providence will have the update 4G networks in the Tigo Colombia and Claro Colombia operators as one of the obligations of the 2019 auctions.
And now let's get to know other facts that are making news in our brief news sections of today.
The Prevention and Citizen Educational Group of the National Police visited the Lax Bike sector, where the uniformed officers shared a morning of playful and educational activities with the children and adolescents of the area. They also held a talk with the children about the importance of creating spaces for healthy coexistence based on respect. Within the framework of the Black Crab operation, the Environmental Corporation indicated that with the support of 50 beneficiaries of the Marine, Coastal and Terrestrial Conservation Incentive Program, it has been possible to cut and eliminate weeds for access to different roads located in different areas of the island of Old Providence, which are important for environmental monitoring. The students of the municipality of Old Providence began to return to the educational institution through the temporary classrooms. Complying with the biosecurity protocols, the students of Bombona School returned to their classrooms. With the progress, the Secretariat of Education indicates that the island affected by the passage of Hurricane Iota is seeking to return to normality.